Welcome to the Graduate Job Podcast, your home for weekly information and inspiration to help you get the graduate job of your dreams.
Hello and welcome to the Graduate Job Podcast with your host, James Curran. The Graduate Job Podcast is your home for all things related to helping you on your journey to find that amazing job. Each episode I bring together the best minds in the industry, speaking to leading authors, graduate recruiters and career coaches who bring decades of experience into a bite-sized weekly 30-minute-ish show. Put simply, this is a show I wish I had when I graduated. Hello and welcome to the 95th episode of the Graduate Job Podcast, the UK's #1 careers podcast. As I record this in sunny Leeds on a bank holiday Monday, I'm only a mile or so away from Leeds University and its Great Hall, where students would normally be graduating over the coming months. This transition period from university to work is a stressful enough time, not helped often by the extra pressure placed on recent graduates from their parents. Which is why this episode is dedicated to parents and how they can help their recently graduated kids find a graduate job. Get them to download it for them if you have to, but try and get them to listen to it. In today's episode, I explore 8 key things that your parents need to do to help you as you try and get a graduate job. I cover why worrying and panic is not going to do anyone any good, and why your parents might be out of touch with the modern world of work and recruitment. We delve into why they should be thinking about your needs and not theirs, and why getting their cheque out to fund a master's isn't the answer. We look at what they can do to help and why they should maybe think about dropping me an email, how they can utilise their network, and why their mindset is so important. No matter where you are on your job search for a graduate job, just graduating or already applying, this is an episode you need your parents to listen to. Links today and a full transcript can be found in the show notes at graduatejobpodcast.com/parents. Before we start, let me tell you about the brilliant course I'm working on, cunningly titled How to Get a Graduate Job. This course is packed chock full of decades of experience into one step-by-step guide of everything you need to do to get a graduate job. There are videos, guides, handouts, cheat sheets, example CVs, example covering letters, example answers to those annoying 200-word competency questions, help with telephone interviews, video interviews. Look, if you need to know it to get a graduate job, it's in my course. The course is going live in August, but to be the first to hear about it and to get it at a never-to-be-repeated price with special bonuses, head on over to graduatejobpodcast.com/course and leave me your email. Right, let's crack on with the show. Point number 1 is don't panic. So parents, let's start at the beginning. Your bundle of joy is now all grown up. They've graduated into the middle of a global pandemic and they have no idea what they want to do. I can almost feel your blood pressure rising from here. Think Corporal Jonesy in Dad's Army though, and don't panic. Stress, panic, wittering and worry is in no one's best interest. Listen to episode 89 of the show, where I talked about the coronavirus and getting a graduate job. The good news is graduate recruiters are still hiring. Now, the latest stats show that some firms might be slightly trimming intakes by 10% or so for later in the year, but that means there are still tens of thousands of jobs out there. Worrying and passing on doom and gloom from things you read in the papers to your kids is not going to help this. The graduate recruitment cycle isn't even open at the moment, as I record this in May, and the majority of companies on the big graduate milk round don't even open the doors till September time. If your kids haven't got a laser-like focus on exactly what they want to spend the rest of their life doing at this precise moment in time, then that is fine. Don't worry. Because point 2 is the world has changed. The job market is dramatically different from the one that you will have entered. Jobs for life and final salary pensions, unless you're applying to the civil service, don't exist anymore. Millennials and Gen Z are forecast over their working life they're going to have 12 different jobs and 4 to 5 careers. Now that's 4 to 5 completely separate careers. And the options for careers and work has opened up exponentially, with new possible careers that didn't even exist 5 years ago, let alone when you started working. Now this increased choice and options is really exciting, but it can also be completely paralysing. Things which might have held true when you started working aren't now. Travel abroad, years out, career breaks, side hustles. These aren't looked down on by graduate employers, but are actively encouraged. You don't have to get a graduate job straight out of uni. The world has changed, and you need to recognise this. Which brings us on to point 3, which could be hard to take. Your child is not an extension of you. Your child is a unique individual. They are not you. Resist the urge to try and push your child down a particular path, down something you have done, or something that you wished you had done, something that you think might be a stable career or a good job. Your kids are going to have their own ideas, and they're going to want to forge their own path. You might have been forced to follow a particular path by your parents, but it doesn't mean that you have to do the same to them. Which then takes us to point 4, which is encourage your child to find the best job. As a parent, you might be anxious for them to find a job as soon as possible and to push them into accepting the first thing that comes along. Instead, encourage them to find the job that is best for them. Don't let them settle for a job that isn't a good fit for their skills and interests. Buy them a copy of the book StrengthsFinder 2.0 by Tom Rath, links in the show notes, which will help them to think about their strengths and where they lie. Life is definitely too short to be doing something that you don't enjoy and don't want to do. I'm sorry if you've been doing that all your working life, but don't encourage your kids to do the same. It is possible to find a job that you love. Encourage your child to start on the right foot. Money and progression in a career will quickly follow excitement, skill and passion. Point 5 is, further study is not always the answer. One fallback position for parents is to encourage their kids into further study, a master's or a PhD. This can often be an expensive mistake. Yes, it'll provide them with structure and something to do, but it won't necessarily provide benefits in helping them to get a graduate job. Recruiters crave work experience more than anything. The chance for you to show them what you can do in a real-world professional environment. Academia isn't the real world. Now, some master's degrees are really career-focused and they set you up really well for getting a graduate job afterwards. Most don't. Another year spent in the library doing art history isn't going to be as valuable in your CV as a practical work experience which you would gain in a job. We've talked about what you shouldn't be doing, but what should you be doing to help? One thing you can do is point 6, which is find them a coach. A coach can encourage, offer support, advice, help, insider knowledge of the graduate recruitment application process, and most importantly, it's not you. I can say things honestly and openly to my clients. I can tell them that they need to pull the finger out and do some work. From me, they'll take that in the spirit it's intended. But from you, that might mean nagging, getting on their case, cue them, then rolling their eyes, teenage-style strops and arguments. Remove yourself from the process and get some expert help. Send me an email at hello@graduatejobpodcast.com or check out my coaching page at graduatejobpodcast.com/coaching. I'm already starting to fill up the spots for the upcoming recruitment cycle, so don't leave it too late. I choose to only work with a small, limited number of clients so I can offer in-depth personalised support, so don't leave it too late this year. Another thing you can do to help is point 7, which is to offer your contacts and network. Contacts are still crucial when you start your career. Your kids will benefit immensely from speaking to people in industries of interest, asking questions and finding out more about what a role might be like. This isn't asking your friends if they have a job going. This is allowing your kids to make connections and to find out more information. A crucial aspect of this, though, is that your child needs to own the contact and the relationship. Give them the details and leave them to it. Don't take over and don't make the call for them. Let them do it when they are ready. Which takes us on to the final stage today, which might be one of the most difficult for you. Point 8. Be patient. Don't be bugging your kids for progress every day. Getting a graduate job is a process, and a slow one at that. From the online application to the assessment centre, it could easily be 6 months with some of the slower graduate schemes. And as an applicant, there is only so much chasing you can do. You just have to wait. A parent nagging and asking for updates every night at the dinner table isn't going to make for a happy house. Bide your time. Be patient. Encourage them. It can be a difficult journey, but it's one where they will get there in the end. So there you go. 8 tips for parents and episode 95 done. Show notes over at graduatejobpodcast.com/parents, where there is a full transcript and links to everything which we discussed today. Now, I've got 85 episodes on every aspect of getting a graduate job, so head on over there and listen to your heart's content. If you're enjoying the show and want to help, then please rate, review and subscribe wherever it is that you listen to the show. Also, sign up to hear about my brilliant online course, How to Get a Graduate Job, which I'm working on now and which is going to be out in August. I hope you enjoyed the episode today, but more importantly, I hope you, and particularly your parents, use it and apply it. See you next week.